Hi all you beautiful people. Let's do a video. Got my tea. Yeah, so life is good. Life is still good. Life is still very challenging. And here I am sitting on my little veranda that looks a little bit weather beaten after the winter. That paint I made is actually good. It's actually good on what do you call it? These surfaces, but all the horizontal surfaces have gone black. We'll do that another day. So this is more about being human and being soul at the same time. So what came to me, and I've actually already done a video, but I think I'll put this one in first, was instead of doing the Sunday oneness, which can be great being together, but it is also very wonderful to be outside. And yeah, I thought I'd do a video. I'll see if I can put in once a week. It might not be the right thing to do. I'll just go as I feel, but maybe it would be nice for you to have a video every Sunday. We'll just see what the Lord wants. So yeah, so many so what I really want to do with these is just share what comes up. And I really said all this need to be, all that in a way I've said everything, and what I say is really a repetition, but in a way it's not, because we're moving into the unknown. Everything's changing, and I don't know how you feel in your life, but I feel it very much in my life, that you're really more or less constantly stepping out into the unknown. And so I'll just share with you what I feel life is teaching me, and how it's just very, very powerful. And it's also not easy. But I see very much life from a light worker perspective, and really we're all light workers. We've all really come here to be a part of the awakening. But yeah, it's hard. You don't want to make any sort of division between people, but we do have different roles to play in this. And so yeah, so this is very much from where I see it, but you can really, I think, use it on all levels, because or wherever you are, and whatever role, and in a way that role that you have been playing is gone. So we're actually being invited into being nothing. And what we're being, because I just started this, just told you about this new channel I've started, and how I want to reach Danish people. And really, I got it very clearly. I'm not going to try to reach anyone or anything. I just have made myself available on that channel, so that people who don't speak English, or maybe people who feel more drawn to something Danish, will go there. And what I've been told very, very clearly, and also what I've really shared with you, is really not what you do. It's your state of being. So whether you're living a very quiet life and alone, and just going about your day, doing the shopping, cooking some food, doing the washing, going for walks, and outwardly it seems like a very quiet, inactive life, you can be changing the world completely. You can just be doing some very, very powerful things. It's all about your state of being. So it's really very much what Christ came to teach us, that he stripped off all this stuff and just stood in his bare, nearly nakedness. And what was he trying to tell us? He's trying to tell, be the raw you, and really even let that die on the cross, even let all that flesh die, so come into the very, very essence of who you are, which is God. So just to go back to my channel thing, I've just been told to the rest of my life on this planet, and maybe the rest of my life as a soul or whatever. Not that there is supposedly no end to this, because we're supposed to be eternal, but the rest of from now on, all I do, I must do out of the deepest and most wonderful and powerful and delightful joy. Everything I do. So I'm really not supposed to be goal-oriented at all. And that's what I'm really focusing on. Because the more joy I feel in the moment, and the less I'm focused on how can I do this, and I must do this, and I better save this and this, all that is really is useless. So the more I focus on being here, looking after myself, making sure I feel really, really good in body. The body is very important. It's a temple of our soul. Look after my body, and always just sense what gives me the greatest joy. And it sounds so silly and so also egotistical to find this childish joy within us, but we all have it. And the powerful, powerful thing, which is so much against the ego, is that this childish joy in you is your God self. And in that powerful, powerful place where you feel this, oh, this is so fun, I love doing this, that feeling holds your mission in life. And the more you connect with this place, and the more you live from this place, the more you will be a God presence, the more you will sense how you are God in human form. So the whole thing of seeing God as some very, very sensible, very, very serious person is just gone. It just evaporates, because God is that joy of creation, which gives you that feeling that just like butterflies in the stomach. That's a sort of the nervy feeling, but that really bubbly, fantastic joy feeling, that is the place where your mission in life has been put. And it could be collecting stamps. It could be having little dogs. It could be looking into the sky. It doesn't matter. And that's what the mind can't grasp that. How can that be? And also it might not at all be you might not be making money from your mission. So it's so wonderful, and it's very much against my old way of being, and but it feels so true, because the mind will say, oh, and especially if you're an empath, or you feel very strongly you are a light worker, you'll see all the problems in the world, and then you'll quickly tell yourself, okay, what can you go and fix now? Because the world needs fixing, so let's go and fix it. And what are you good at? We'll go and do it now. And hurry up. hurry up and get it all fixed. And that is not the way of the soul, and it's not the way of the future. It's definitely, as I see it, nothing is to be fixed, because it's all there because it's meant to be there. So whatever you're called to do, or if you really want to search for your mission in life, your purpose in life, the only way to find it is to go and sense that joy. And it might be so far away because you've lived a life that's been so just where you've been very hard on yourself, so you have actually forgotten it, and you can hardly remember what it felt like feeling so joyful. But usually we've had it as a child. We felt that very, very deep, bubbly joy, and we have to re-find it. And that is really the state of being we need to be in every moment of the day, every second of the day, and in all we do. And so if we start a project of some sort, to keep coming back to this place within us, and not get lost in the project or the plans or the I better do this, I better do that. So and also because we're working on because there's the whole unseen world which we're building too. We're very active in the unseen world. But I mean, if you just cook it right down to, I think, to ask yourself, I ask myself, or tell myself, or feel very deeply, why would I come to Earth if not to shine my light? I mean, what a stupid, I mean, why would you be here? And when you shine your light and spread your joy and be your authentic self, which thousands of people might think is very, very strange and very, very stupid, if you're not being that authentic being and shining that light here, why would you be here? We came to bring the best. And that is really, when we get it and start doing it, that's the most fun. And the whole sense of feeling, and that's what I really do feel, although it does leave once in a while, the feeling of this is very, very fulfilling. And of course that's when we are in our God self, we'll feel this, you can say it's a type of pride, it's a type of being proud of what you do, but it's also just a sense that, I mean, I get it when I see someone, I'm helping someone feel better. I feel it very strongly, that, oh, that felt so good, and it made me feel so good, and it made me feel so that I've made a difference. And although it's only one person, it doesn't really matter. It's not the amounts. It's the fact that I'm doing what I really love. The gift I wish to bring. One of the gifts. So that feeling of, and that's why so many people, of course, are looking for their purpose, because that is such a, it makes you feel really, really alive when you feel that you're doing something that's worthwhile, that makes a difference. It's very, very special. And at the same time as feeling maybe a little bit proud, or just, you can feel good about yourself that you've made a difference, but at the same time you feel so humble, and you feel so grateful. You feel grateful that you are able to bring something that makes a difference. Enormous gratitude. So, what I feel also just comes to me now is the whole thing of focusing our attention on building, creating, where the mind, the ego wants us to keep focusing on, oh, but look at this problem. Let's have some tea. But look what's happening over there, and look at this, and look at that person who's so unhappy, and what are we going to do, and it's so terrible. And it's just a waste of time, because it's there, and it's meant to be there, and the more we can, it's just really getting into the habit of stop giving it attention and focusing on, okay, building, creating, and that is really creating, or coming into this, coming into the present moment and feeling the joy. That is your most creative place. That is where you feel you are creating, because you're creating more joy. So you can take two people. One is sitting completely indulged in the paper, feeling really worried and really stressed and really tense, and has to go and have a cigarette or something to just, because it's so bad. And the other person at the same time is just not reading the paper and is feeling this enormous joy of just being alive. And of course, that person, both people are actually contributing in each their way, and one is contributing to the darkness, which we've had plenty of for a very long time, and the other is contributing to the light. It's creating more joy, more love, more light, more well-being, and it's lifting the planet. So you're just coming back to the whole thing of what's my mission. Just the feeling that I can spread joy, or I can smile to someone instead of frowning. Oh, that's a great feeling, because if that uplifts, if they can see, oh, that's a good feeling when somebody smiles to me, and it's authentic, and they feel like smiling, so it's contagious. So this is so wonderful. And the last thing I got, which is, I think, very powerful, yeah, I might swap these videos around, or just see what happens, that this is this weekly video. I'll just see what feels right. The whole thing of, there are different dimensions, and so there's different time, they call it timelines, I don't really understand it, but actually past and present and future, they're all more or less at the same time. They're all going on at the same time. And so our mind says, well, there's just this present moment, and everything that's going on right now in my life is as it is. But the thing is, it really isn't. And that does feel very strange. But with all the things that have been in my family, where there's been a lot of separation, and still is, I was actually told that everything has been united already. How can that be? But the sense of the truth in that is really there, that it's already been completed, and it's already, we are already united on a deep level, and it's like everything that seems problematic is actually over. It's just the remnants. And when you really embody this truth, because really it's, in a way, it's just a thought. Just like, you know, how we've been talking about the whole thing of just how you see your life. How you see your life really dictates your life. So if you see yourself as beautiful and powerful, that's what you are. So, and we can choose these thoughts, and you can say, well, if I say to myself, I'm beautiful and powerful, I'm just making it up. But I'm not really, because I am beautiful and powerful, because that's my true nature, as it is for you. So we're really tapping into the truth, because all is love and all is good. I mean, good and bad. All is just amazingly wonderful, because all is really God. And the more we use our mind to keep, what do you call it, dictating, or just verbalizing this, that I am beautiful and I am powerful and I am healed and I am all as well, the more I'm coming into the truth, the more I'm embodying the truth, because that is the truth. And so the whole thing of what's happening now and what happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow, in a way, because they say that the whole thing of us seeing time as linear is really not true. It's not linear, because everything is really folding around each other. So everything in a way is happening at the same time, which means that the future is already here. It's a state of being. So coming into our true nature, coming into the present moment, into where we are right now, and sensing how we are peaceful, we are this ocean of life. We are really creation. We're mirroring. We're all mirroring each other, and we're all. You are a tiny, tiny mirror of the whole creation. So everything is in you, and you've been given given free will, so that you can choose the darkness or the light. You can choose to be the light or be the darkness. And that's what's so special about Earth, that we've been given free will. So the responsibility is put onto our shoulders, and we are creating every moment. We're creating every moment. So it's just so beautiful. And the whole thing of the more you connect with God within, the better you feel. That's a good thing. God created it that way. That the more you come into alignment, the more that you come into His presence, the more you come into alignment. It's like you're this. God's light is shining from above, and you're this hole. And when you find the place where God's light can shine right through, you feel good. You feel really good. So we're going to read a Gabriel message, and we're going to pick a card. So let's do that. I just chopped that video in half, so it's evening time now. I've had a beautiful late summer day. So we're going to choose a Gabriel message now. I just thought I'd just go back to what I was talking about, how the whole thing of the past and the future and the present happening at the same time, and what I felt I was being told was that the future is already here. So that was really what I wanted to say. So I have decided I'll put this video in as a second one, so you'll get it as I have made them. Because after I made that first video, very quickly after I had allowed myself to feel as I felt, not for very long, I must admit, because I like to move on, but I did. I was told very clearly that all is complete, and the future is actually already here. And I've never felt it so strongly before. But when I allow myself to really sense how everything has actually been healed and is completed, that becomes my reality. So this is really just not to tell you as everything is, because I'm just sharing what I experience. You might experience life very differently, But you can, if you feel like it, you can play around with this. It may be the future, which is really the golden age. For the ones of us who have chosen and wish it, the golden age is already here. Life is already amazingly beautiful. And you are healed and all is complete, and you can actually just really unfold your joy and feel your joy. The problem's all gone. And when you just get into this, especially if you allow yourself to feel, how does it feel when all my problems are gone? How does it feel when I can sense that everything has been healed, all is well? I feel wonderful. And so that's really what we're being guided to do, I feel, is to allow all this goodness to be here right now, because it's really the mind that keeps these problems alive. Or so beautiful. I don't know if it's a bit too abstract, but this was what came to me. So let's choose one of these wonderful messages, Gabriel messages, and I just sense I'm being told number 18, so we'll take that. And number 18, ask to be a receptacle for pure light. Then allow the empty chalice within to drink in the sweetness which is God's love. Dear one, when you ask to be a receptacle for pure light, you are saying that you have space within you and that you are willing to fill this space with love and all that which is God. You are saying that you want to be filled with spirit and assist the process of bringing heaven to earth. This is important work for everyone, and it does not interfere with other work and with family life. Recognize that your purpose on this planet is to be a bridge between heaven and earth, so that all beings may live in greater harmony, peace, and love. This mission requires assistance from all. Each person who turns towards the light assists this purpose and raises the collective consciousness of the planet. The way to bring peace on earth is through one person at a time. So always believe there is much you can do. Being a receptacle for pure light expands your mind and creates new ways of responding to situations in your life. Being a receptacle for pure light also means you are in prayer for yourself and others. Whenever you pray, you open the door for more light to come through you. Prayer is a great form of purification and raises the vibration of self and others. The higher the vibration, the more peace and love one will feel. And then comes a practice. Visualization can greatly assist the process of being a holy vessel. Give yourself time to sit quietly, away from the world. Flowers and candles can uplift the energy around you and help you feel more expansive. Take some time to breathe balanced breaths until you are in a calm and relaxed state. Ask God that you may be a receptacle for pure light, and then imagine that your body is a beautiful golden chalice. See it empty or only partially filled with light. Imagine that you're sitting under a waterfall of God's golden light. This golden light has great power and contains both wisdom and love. Imagine that you're drinking this sweet light, and as it fills up your golden chalice, you are absorbing love and wisdom into every fiber of your being. The more full that your vessel becomes, the more loving and blissful you feel. Make your chalice very large, so your entire energy field is expanded. Take time every day to sit in this light and love. Drink in this light, then let it shine into the world so all may know the truth of God's presence. You will find yourself becoming more loving, patient, and clear. Decisions will be easier as you feel connected to a greater source of wisdom within. This simple exercise holds great power, and whenever or wherever it is done, it will allow you to be attuned to your God source at all times. The more often you do it, the stronger you will become. The greater the level of strength, light, and love you are able to hold within you, the easier it will be to serve God and to assist others. You will be one who is a bridge between heaven and earth when you remember your inspiration for today. Ask to be a receptacle for pure light, then allow the empty chalice within you to drink in the sweetness which is God's love. So beautiful. And now for our angel card. Card of the day. It's all just fun, isn't it? It's actually deeply serious and totally fun. It's both. That's what's so beautiful about living with God. It's all deeply, deeply serious and very profound, and also just really funny and fun. So let's see which one falls out first, and that's the one. No, none is falling out. So I'll just pick one. There we go. Play. So wonderful. So that was our little Sunday shining session number 2. Take care. See you.